I am farming the Shrine Maiden set. I've already done this run probably 100 times today, but we just keep on going. I already got the Shrine Maiden clothes set, so hopefully I get it here soon. But this is one of the most tedious farms in the game. Absolutely despise doing this. I think I ran the other one probably 70 times before I got it to drop, so well, at least the first time I played through. This one seems to be a more lucky run. Gentle. Even popping luck talismans. Going Nioh time. Just hopefully I'll catch it on stream. I'm trying to get the two weapons I need to actually or the two sets I need to actually finish my build. But if you can't tell, I'm just quitting, restarting. I have luck. Switched my thing over to Hugo. My clan. Done almost everything possible that you can do to get this drop to drop better. Luck talismans, all that good stuff. Hopefully I'll get it during the stream. I usually have better luck on streams, so that's why I'm doing it. Garbage. If you don't know, Shrine Maiden is the best set in the game, by far. And it's the one I use for my build. I also use the Seething Dragon. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get that to drop from Saito. I'll probably do that next. kill. Definitely getting this boss down to the point where I don't even have to try anymore. Ugh. But, God, this is horrid. Some of the farming in this game is just absolutely ridiculous, but those smith texts you absolutely need to do builds. Definitely one of the worst farms in the game. Get it again. Really? I hate when he hits you right when you're casting your ability. This boss is so frickin'. Yeah, this game really needs to like buff their drop rates, but they're never gonna do that because it's an old ass game, you know. But definitely reminds me of trying to farm for the Infinity Pistol from Doc Mercy, uh, free patch for Borderlands. If you don't know, Borderlands 2 had an issue with Doc Mercy dropping the Infinity Pistol a long time ago, many years ago when Borderlands 2 first came out. Hopefully they fix some of that stuff too. I heard they're bringing back pearls and all that stuff from Borderlands 4, so hoping. That game gets better. I love it when he just full of bullshit. He has no. So annoying. So let me check this one too. That's fine. Yeah, we don't care about that. Hoping I would get lucky. Oh. dodge too. Yet I get nothing. Yeah, but I love spending my mornings, farming for stuff. At least on the weekend. Now I could use like summons and stuff like that. It really won't help me too much. Nothing again. Really don't even need to use the quick change scroll, but I've been so conditioned to use it with boss fights that might as well. Just in case something does actually happen. I really hate that attack too. I ain't stopping until I get this thing to drop. I know it takes forever, ever, and ever. And praying to RNGesus never helps. Now, at least I know there'll never be another game where I have to farm this. Unless, like, they make a PS6 and you can't transfer the shit over. A little late on that one. Nothing again. Just think I gotta do Kaido after, or Saito after this, not Kaido. Just so I can get the Seething Dragon to drop. Yeah, if you don't know, it's one of the easiest weapons to roll damage bonus magic on. Another bum run. Oh. Yeah. The first time I played through this game on PS4, I got that to drop. Well, the original game. Got the Shrine Maiden to drop like in 10. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it wasn't a long time like this. And I didn't get the Shrine Maiden closed till like way later. Another one bites the dust. pain and agony of farming. I guess doing all these runs makes it worth it in the end when I actually get it to drop. I'll feel greater about it, you know. But this is like gambling. Come on, I need my dopamine fix. I think it's dopamine. Not again. I don't know how many times I've run this now. It's been a lot, though. Wasting my life on these shitty drop rates. Yeah, if you don't know, I'm doing this on a higher level or, against, a stronger version doesn't increase the drop rate at all. So that's why I'm doing it here. Give me one. I have a phone call. Okay, sorry about that. My mom called a mess, trying to, calm her down a bit. But we're going to continue on. We're still farming for the Shrine Maidens. God knows how many times I've done this. Off straight and on. Who knows? I've lost track of how many times I've grinded. Yeah, but farming for this set is absolutely necessary. I mean, it's going to be the one set I use the entire game. So. Just never drops. And there's nothing I can do to, increase this further. Like I said, I equipped all of my luck items, have the Hugo clan or whatever, the Kodama blessing going on, the Hunter one. Trying to DPS this boss as quickly as possible. Still nothing. Now you can actually get this by just playing through the game and doing like all of the or end game for the bosses, but it's easier this way because the boss takes a lot less time to kill. But I've had to at least done this probably 100, 150 times now. I did get the other set to drop, the Shrine Maiden Close, but still haven't gotten the Shrine Maiden to drop. Definitely tedious, though. One of the worst farms in the game. Come on, RN Jesus. Nothing again. Yeah, I might have to take a break here in a little while because this is mind-numbingly boring. Uh, and I'm done. Still can't get it to drop. Well, let's see. So I've been doing this since 7 this morning, farming this boss. Oh, like 7:30. Nothing again. I will say this though, this game is a lot more challenging than Elden Ring, at least early on in the game. Once you get a build going, though, your character gets broken out quick. One of the things I like about it. I think I forgot to use my luck talisman like the last 10 times I've won this. I love the cameras. Nothing to get. right as I popped it. This has to have like a 1% drop rate or something, or like a 2%. Figured this would be easier than trying to farm for the Kaido, just because the veteran thing is annoying because you don't have a good weapon. They give you that wood stick. It'll feel great when I actually get this to drop. Absolutely amazing, but video games are just like gambling, which is horrid. Gotta wait for that dopamine fix. It doesn't take me that long to do a run, so I mean, like, maybe 2 minutes. It's like 30. Been doing this for almost 3 hours. I think maybe like 2 on stream. Like I said, it's still better than the drop rate in Borderlands 2 for some of the items when it was first released. And I think I did Doc Mercer for the Infinity Pistol for 11 hours before they came out with a patch to, actually up his rates. But yeah. Definitely a long time to farm or something. Gonna happen. I tried to dodge too. Oh, I forgot to use my. Oh no, I did use it. Just didn't get the item. Yeah, they need a different system in video games besides RNG. It is horrid. All and it's all to make people play the video game longer than they need to. Yeah, they shouldn't put in systems like that. They should just make the game fun enough where you enjoy it and want to play it. But I still got 2 more years of schooling before I can actually start my own game company and fix stuff like this. You know, I really want to make a game where they don't have any of these systems like this. I want everything to be like a puzzle where you have to find certain things, do certain actions to unlock certain things, uh, and have it hidden in the game where, people have to come together as a community and, figure out how to find this stuff versus, relying on systems like RNG. And it doesn't make a game fun. I wonder if I have a Kadama bowl I can put on my helmet as a helmet. Usually this guy drops one. I don't even know if I have one though. I think that's the only thing I can do to increase the drop rate. Oh yeah, I do have it. We'll try that. Maybe it'll help more. I just don't know. I didn't have a tough time getting the Shrine Maid's clothes set to drop, the smithing text, but like this one is horrid. It's like 4 times as many times as I've run this. Yeah, but creating a game, that has, interesting features versus relying on, old technology. Because RNG has been around for way too long as it is, there's better ways to make video games than, relying on that. Yeah, do it like, what the heck is that one anime there? The one with the bird guy, the guy with the bird head. I'm trying to remember it. But that idea where you find unique spirit art, a unique quest to unlock specific things would be a lot cooler than RNG based drop rates and stuff like that. Just keep it super hidden. I'd love to make an MMO that, had some cool stuff like that. I, for the life of me, can't remember the name of that anime though. Drawing a blank. But that would be a cool way to, play a video game. Have that like in there where you have to find those unique events to unlock specific special, abilities that make your character overpowered and stuff. Deep dive would be cool too. I mean, we're working on, stuff to make people like what's that transhumanism or whatever, where we can upload like people's brains to video games and stuff like that, virtual worlds, as AI develops more and more, with cool ways that. Come on, you asshole! I just want to pop my $1. I should pop it at the beginning, but I had a couple earlier runs where it ran out. So I'd rather be safe than sorry with the drop rates being as abysmal as they are, But, yeah, that would be cool, being able to like go into a virtual world and be an avatar in a video game. I hope somebody develops the technology for that. It would be really cool. And I could see like practical applications for it and stuff like that, Being able to, have a school where, kids can learn about pollution by walking in like a certain space like a virtual environment. Crazy stuff, though. Definitely an interesting time to be alive, especially with the technological advances that we have. Still nothing. I'm just trying to figure out, something better for video games in general. But yeah, they need to make deep dive, all of that stuff. It would be way more fun. I mean, that's the next level anyways. I mean, you can't get more immersive than, playing a video game rather than, experiencing the virtual world itself. I can pop it. Oh, that's cool. I wish I would have known that, because I was always bleeding. Pop this. I guess you can use. I didn't even know. You can use items. What I for it? But yeah, they definitely need to get rid of RNG in video games. It's horrid. Yeah, I was watching a few videos on transhumanism and stuff like that, where they talk about, building cyborgs, other stuff like that. And they've got like this company that developed artificial cells already, to help combat disease and stuff like that. Pretty interesting. There is a number of ethical and philosophical problems with the whole trans making, people into robots or cyborgs, extending their life and stuff like that. I get that. I mean, like, somebody, opts into one of those things, they should, especially if they, like, extend your life indefinitely. Definitely should, be restricted, like breeding and stuff like that, You have to opt into, being sterilized or something, I don't know. But being a Borg would be kind of cool. That's pretty much what it is anyways. So that I'm sure that, like, somebody that's rich would try and, like, take over the world and stuff and make people puppets with the technology. I'm definitely certain there would be somebody like that. But I still think that'd be weird if, go to a market wonder if they'd, like, clone out their body and stuff. Have it work. I didn't pop my thing again. I got a little too into beating this guy. But I did the rest. It's just a pain that I've ran this probably. Even if it took me 2 minutes per run, I've been running this for 3.5 hours now. It's almost 100 runs. And I got my first smithing text from this boss in like run 15, so drop rates are abysmal. I'll pop this and see if I can actually get this boss down quicker, and then this runs out. Yeah, that lasts forever. Holy crap. Guess we'll start popping that as soon as we start. I didn't realize the cooldown for that was, or the effect length for that was as long as it was. Oh, this is immensely tedious. Immensely. And what's crazy is the other weapon I need, the one that I have equipped right now for my build, only took me like just running through the game to get. I might take a break here in a little bit. I've been doing this way too long. I was hoping I would get lucky. Like, usually with streams and stuff, I get more lucky with drops, but this game doesn't seem like it's even attempting. Give me this drop. I just have horrible luck in general. I think that's the issue. Horrible luck. I think I'll do one more go. If I don't get it, then I'm gonna quit the stream and go have something to eat because I haven't even ate today yet, and it's past noon. Breakfast does sound good. Eggs, bacon, some toast. Seems like every time I do that while he's close to me, he gets me with that crap. Yeah. I think I might call it a stream just so I can have something to eat. I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks everybody for stopping in. I appreciate the support. We'll see you in the next one.